What's up my people, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I want to learn how to use my left hand in 24 hours. Now you might ask, what's the plan? I'm going to write. So the first thing I decided to do was to write a sentence. And the sentence I decided to go with was, my name is Fayyad Hussain. And now this is my right hand and this is my left hand. And I have a lot of work to do. My plan was to find a sentence with every letter in the alphabet. And that sentence is, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. My plan was basically to write this at least 100 times. And this was my first attempt. Okay, so basically, it seems like my main problem is that I can't hold the pen comfortably. So with my right hand, I can hold it comfortably, I can write easily, I can write quickly. But on my left hand, it feels like everything feels so unstable. Like every line is crooked. My hand itself feels like there's no power. And then it's just bad. Like I can't really control my hand. Okay, so I don't know if it's just me, but it almost looks like I'm getting worse rather than better. But to be fair, this is only the first page, but it seems like I'm really struggling with my E's. Wherever there's a E, that's where it's really going all over the place. And then brown is another word that's been a bit of a problem for me. So then I just kept on practicing. Okay, so it's been about half an hour that I've been practicing, and it honestly seems like I'm getting worse in some aspects than better. Like there's some places where I can see an improvement, like especially with the word quick and brown and fox. But then with the second part of the sentence, I'm just struggling. So I think it's mostly not so much that I'm getting worse, but I'm getting impatient because my right hand just wants to take the pen, as you can see, and just start writing. So I'm fighting the urge with that. And then my left hand is just extremely sore now. So I'm gonna take like a 10-minute break, come back, and then practice again. Okay, so I've been going for a while now with the pen, and apparently using a pencil is better because your hand doesn't slip as much with the ballpoint pen. So I'm gonna try that out and then see if it makes a difference or whether it makes it any better or any worse. Okay, so I just finished using the pencil, and then this is how the pencil's looking, and then this is how the pen's looking. Just ignore that part. So it's currently 5:52. I started about 3 o'clock. And I think there's an improvement, but let me know, or am I just trying to make myself feel better? Okay, so it's day 2 and I decided to start the day by doing some research to see what might help me or to make it quicker. And apparently using your left hand for other things that you normally wouldn't, like maybe brushing your teeth or apparently catching a ball also helps. So I'm going to try and do these things and then see if it makes it any easier. Okay, so I tried a few things. I tried vacuuming, I tried brushing my teeth, I tried the ball catching thing, Probably it seemed useless, so I went straight back into practicing. So after practicing for a while, I thought to myself, wait, why do we have a dominant hand? So I'm sure, as you know, our brain is split into two parts, the left hand side and the right hand side. With the right hand side generally be seen as more creative, and the left hand side generally be seen as more analytical. Now, the left and right hand side of our brain is actually in charge of controlling the muscles and the senses on the opposite side of our body. So for example, when I wave, my left hand side of my brain is controlling that. Now generally we have two main reasons why we have a dominant hand. The first reason being, when we were smaller, we started using one hand and then just continued to use it, and then that made us better at using it. The second reason is that our brain actually needs to have a dominant side so that the two left and right sides don't have a conflict. Now back to the video. After hours and hours, I finally reached number 100. And I think if you look at number 1 until number 100, I think there's a pretty good change. I've now practiced writing well over 100 times with my non-dominant hand. So now for the test, I'm going to go back to where I wrote my name and see if there's been any improvement. You know what, I'm not going to act like it's the best or like suddenly I have amazing handwriting, but considering I started about 24 hours ago, I think it's now 4 o'clock, so just over 24 hours ago, I think the difference is pretty good. Like, it's finally legible, you can actually read what I was doing. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so before I end the video, there's one last thing I want to try, and that's writing with both hands. So let's give it a shot. I don't know whether I'm supposed to look at this book, or am I supposed to be looking at you? I don't know what to do, but let's just see. You know what, looking at the results, I don't think it's too bad. Obviously, the line went a bit off, but I'm getting better. From now on, I think I'm going to write at least a little bit every day with my left hand, just to see how far I can take it. And I'll update you all on the community. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.